Tonight, the Buffalo Police Department, they are releasing the names of the two victims who died in a car crash yesterday on Main and Humboldt. They've been identified as 27-year-old Nasir Masuda of Buffalo, 26-year-old Morgan Ehrenbeit of Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Police also say two other people involved in the crash, both 31 years old, from Eastlake, Ohio. They are being treated at ECMC. One is in critical condition and one is in stable condition. Well, this week we learned that the lawsuit filed on behalf of the families of the top mass shooting victims against social media platforms can move forward. We also learned that it was a strong possibility that appeals would be filed. Today we are hearing that Mean LLC, a manufacturer that specializes in custom firearms, is appealing a decision. And joining me live in studio is attorney Kristen Elmore Garcia. She represents some of the families. And Kristen, we know that appeals are common and we know that they were expected, but what does this do for this particular case?
You're absolutely right, Claudine, and thank you for having me. Appeals absolutely were expected in this matter just because it was such a huge, unprecedented win for our firm on behalf of the victims and the families that we do represent. By way of background, Mean LLC manufactured what's known as a magazine locking device. It's supposedly converted a detachable magazine for a semi-automatic weapon into a fixed magazine, and it purported to bring that weapon into compliance with New York state laws. Our lawsuit alleged that not only did that locking mechanism not make the weapon come into compliance with New York state laws, but it was intentionally designed to circumvent New York state laws. On the lock's packaging are 4 simple instructions on how to remove the lock with a screw extractor you can get from Hector's Hardware or Home Depot. You could remove that lock with an ordinary power drill in less than a few minutes.
Very interesting. Now, the appeal we know so far is from the gun manufacturers, but not the social media companies. I'm assuming that's going to be coming soon. Do you expect them to file soon?
We absolutely expect them to file soon. The major social media corporations have made statements in the media so far that they are going to appeal, so we're checking in diligently every day. We're prepared for an appeal. The reason why the opinion and the win against Mean LLC was so precedent-setting is because the firearms industry has a federal statute that protects them from similar lawsuits. However, the judge in this case found that locking mechanism was not covered by that statute. It's a first of its kind decision. Of course, we believe it was the absolute right decision. It's a piece of mechanical equipment that was never meant to be covered by that federal protection statute.
We know that what happened on May 14th, a teenager, self-proclaimed white supremacist, came to Buffalo specifically to kill black people, which he did. Explain why the families want to go after the gun manufacturers as well as social media companies, if you can let us know in about a minute.
We have to tell a complete story. This tragedy was too big for just one party, one person, one entity to be the totally responsible party. We have to bring all of the contributing corporations who made dangerous decisions, who neglected the lives of the people in our community, circumventing New York state laws. It's important that all of these parties come together under one lawsuit to be held equally accountable so that no one can point the fingers at each other anymore.
Precedent setting, and we know that this is going to be playing out in the courts, not just months, probably a few years to come. Kristen Elmore Garcia, thank you so much for joining us in studio. Glad you were